Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I'm making more of my wedding invitations. Then I am also going to be answering some emails. I also have a character design that I had to start up for a new book that I'm making with an author that I've made books with before. And then also I had to vectorize some logos. So for my wedding invites, I am making my own, and I'm doing some Lino block prints. So basically I had a linoleum block and I had to cut it up. So in the last video, that's what I was doing. And in this video, I'm showing you how the inking process for it. So basically you get some ink block, kind of a block ink, sorry. And it's a little bit more tacky and thicker, so then it's supposed to like stay on better. But I found that this ink is kind of like blotchy for some reason in spots, and I can only get it as thick as I want it occasionally. So I decided that I wanted to like hand paint the spots that I think that needs to be thicker with ink. Then I am cutting all of the invites into the correct size, and then I have a edge rounder where I round the edges. And finally, I added an extra couple details that I thought might be kind of fun. So it's just white gel, a white gel pen, and I'm just drawing in some extra aspen trees, and I think they will look really nice. So I've been making these about once a day just because we have to make over 70 of them, and it seems like if I'm really pushing through, I can get about 10 done a day. I really enjoy this process. It's definitely different from what I normally do, and I'm excited to keep the Lino block as a memento for our wedding. Hopefully soon I will be getting some copper foil for the cards as well, for the text, and I will be showing you how I'll be doing that. In the future, I have a silhouette that will cut out the copper foil and place it onto the cards. Next is where I had to do some character designs for an upcoming book that I'll be illustrating. I don't really want to go into depth about the book just because I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing with it, but it is going to be about a dandelion. She did end up choosing one of these designs. In the future, I'm going to do some more work on that one design that she liked. For most of my work, I work in Photoshop and I use a pastel brush, so most of my work is kind of like softer. I also use a Huion canvas for my tablet. I've been using it for a few years now and I love it. The computer is a computer that my fiance built up, so I don't really understand the specs as much. That's more of his thing, but it works really well. And then answering emails as an illustrator is so important. I am not that great at it. I try to do it every morning in case something comes in and I just didn't see it. I do have a separate email from my like regular email, and that helps, it seems like. But yeah, answering emails is super important, and you have to do it, even though it's like probably the most boring part of being an illustrator. And finally, I had to vectorize some logos for a company. They're going to print these logos at a large scale, so they needed not just a JPEG printed, because it'll be pretty pixelated, you know. So this is just the process of me vectorizing the image. I don't think I'm like that proficient yet in Illustrator, but enough, you know, to do a vectorized job. I was really proud of myself with these logos, mostly just because I kind of timed myself for each one, and I did better than what I thought I was going to do. For vectorizing images, you have to use Illustrator, just because Illustrator is a vector program, unlike Photoshop. Photoshop can't vectorize images to what Illustrator can do. Illustrator is also really good with fonts compared to Photoshop. In a couple of my college classes, we're not allowed to use Photoshop for any of the font projects. The first logo that I had to vectorize was this brain logo, and it was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be because of the lines of the brain, obviously, and then the colors in between each bumpy surface of the brain. I don't really know what that's called, but it was pretty difficult, but I really enjoyed the process, and I'm pretty proud of myself for doing it. The next logo, I actually thought it was going to be a little bit harder initially because of the little trees with the bear. It's kind of very particular, but I just ended up using the brush tool, and it worked really well for this image. And yeah, let me know what you think of these pieces that I worked on this week, and I will see you in the next video. join me in the next video, and I will be showing you some classwork that I'm going to be making, and also probably some more wedding stuff as well. Bye guys!